friends. I am Jayant Kumar Arora, PGT Economics, Delhi Public School, Sahababad. Today I am going to discuss on the topic a firm under perfect competition. We can say equilibrium of a firm under perfect competition. Please, first of all, we learn about what is a firm. Firm is a group of people with production tools located in some premises who with work transform the raw material into the finished goods. And here not only the goods but also the services also can also be defined as a business unit which owns the controls and manages of the plant or the plants, where plant refer to a technical unit. So we can define firms into the three forms that are commercial firms, industrial firms, financial firms. In commercial firms, retailer, wholesaler, etc. Industrial firms like a workshop, plant, group of plants, etc. Financial firms, banks, insurance companies, mutual fund, etc. UTI bonds. Then what to industry refers? The question comes, the firm and industry are two different entities but correlated. Firm and industry are two different entities. A group of firms producing a homogeneous product. Like KFC, that is producing a fast food. The same way many other firms which are producing fast firms, so these all firms will be called as a fast food industry. Here also that industry name given to a certain type of manufacturing or retailing environments. So now what is the perfect competition? First, referring to competition which involves one firm trying to take away market share and another firm, and this process is a rivalry among the firms. And under perfect competition, there are large number of buyers and sellers. In the perfect competition, there are large number of buyers and sellers of homogeneous product in the market, well-informed producers and consumers about the market. Only one price of a commodity in the whole market, free entry and free exit. Free entry and free exit. Here these points should be understood, because a price of a commodity is determined by the industry, and at the determined price of all the firms can sell any number of units of the commodity. That means firm is nothing to do with the price determination, only industry will settle the prices. So firm is a price taker here. Firm is price taker, and also the number of items a firm wanted to sell, it can sell on the given price. So under perfect competition of the firm is price taker, not a price maker. Now we come to the AR curves that in the under perfect competition. Here we will understood that average revenue curve, marginal revenue curve under perfect competition becomes equal to demand curve, and it would be a horizontal line or parallel to x-axis. Here we are looking at this graph that because price is fixed, hence we can say the average revenue is fixed. Here marginal revenue is also fixed because the price is fixed for the every selling of the next items. So this line, demand curve line, will be parallel to the x-axis. Now the meaning of firm equilibrium. Here equilibrium means a state of rest from which there is no net tendency to move. Equilibrium means a state of rest from which there is no net level of output where the firm is maximizing its profits and therefore has no tendency to change its output. That means level of output where the firm is maximizing its profit and therefore has no tendency to change its output is called as the equilibrium point for a firm. So necessary conditions for the firm equilibrium. Profit of a firm is equal to the difference between its total revenue and the total cost. Profit is equal to TR minus TC. We all know profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. And so far the equilibrium of the firm, it should be maximum. So we can say another condition for the equilibrium, that is marginal cost should be equal to marginal revenue. And when these are equal, the profit is maximum. So we say no firm has an incentive to change its behavior when the firm is at the equilibrium. So equality of MR and MC. Equality of MR and MC is necessary but not sufficient. So the sufficient condition is that MC curve should cut MR from below. I will see you the curve now. Here if we are looking at the curve, there are two conditions where we can see the MC curve is cutting to AR and MR at B and A. But when we go for the point A, the MC is cutting it from the below. Here MC is cutting from the upper. So this will be the equilibrium condition satisfying. Now firm under perfect competition in two time periods. There are short run time and there is a long run time. In the short run time, that the output can be changed by changing the variable factors only. And as in the long run, output can be changed by the fixed factors and variable factors both. Here, as a matter of fact, the price of good is determined at the point where its demand is equal to supply, and so further it depends on the time taken by the demand and supply to adjust themselves. So this time element plays a vital role in determination of price of the goods. According to Alfred Marshall, if the period is short, price determination will be influenced more by the demand. On the other hand, if the period is long, it will be influenced more by the supply. So it is a very good fundamental that it is given by Mr. Alfred Marshall. If the period is short, price change or price determination will be dependent on the demand. And if the long period, the time period is dependent on the supply. So there are two periods, short period and long period. First of all, we will go for the short period. In the short run, the firm output supply can be changed by the variable factors like labor force through overtime, etc. Labor, we can change labor force and hence we can increase or decrease the output. Fixed factor like the machinery, in the short run we cannot change this factor. So there is not enough time for new firms to enter the industry. In the short run, there is no more time to enter the industry into the competition. So further, if the demand is increased, the supply can be increased only up to its existing production capacity. So further, if the demand is increased, the supply can be increased only up to its existing production capacity. Whatever the production capacity is there, we can change in the output only change by the variable factors. We cannot make change in the fixed factors. That capacity means the fixed capacity that we cannot change in the short run. A firm in short-term equilibrium may face one of these situations. First is supernormal profit, second is normal profit, then suffer minimum losses, and then shut down point. So these 4 points the firm can suffer: supernormal profit, normal profit, suffer minimum losses, shut down point. For the analysis of these situations, short-run average cost curve will be introduced. For the analysis of these situations, short-run average cost curve will be introduced. What is the short-run average cost curve? We will understood by this that in the short run, the supernormal profit when average revenue means price per unit determined by the industry is more than the short-run average cost. So AR is greater than the short-run average cost. At that point, that is the supernormal profit. So with these we say the firm equilibrium point is at E. Here AR should be equal to short-run marginal cost. And equilibrium output, that is this E and E to M. From this E to M. Here we can understood this is our AR and short-run marginal, what I will say, the short-run average cost, that is EA. So when we reduce from this EM to EA, only EA is the short-run supernormal profit. Then we come to the point normal profits. A firm equilibrium earns normal profit when average revenue determined by industry equal to its short-run average cost. Here we can see that average revenue is equal to short-run average cost. Here firm earns only normal profit, and normal profit is a part of its average cost. Then the minimum losses. Minimum loss means when firm is not getting the fixed cost, but it is recovering only by the variable factors for the variable cost. So that particular time, whatever the loss is there, we will say it is a minimum loss, and here firms tries to remain in the industry, but if the loss goes further higher, the next point, that is shut down point, when AR is less than short-run average cost. It means firm is not even able to earn the variable cost. Fixed cost it is not having, variable cost it is not able to earn, so the firm will go to shutdown. Now the long run firm equilibrium. In long run, the firm's output supply can be changed by both the variable and the fixed factors. Here there is enough time to enter and exit for the new firms, and further if the demand is increased, the supply can also be increased in the long run. So for long run equilibrium, that is marginal cost, we say that LMC means long run marginal cost is equal to MR and LMC curve. Cut the MR curve from below. And also in case of long run equilibrium, all the firms will earn only normal profits, and even if there are other situations of short run, they will sustain only few times. But in the long run, take this case, but suppose the existing firm will increase their production and new firm will also come into the industry. Consequently, the total supply will increase and price fall down, and the further results in normal profit for the firm. So on the contrary, if the firm is incurring losses, then some firm will leave industry, which will reduce the total supply. And what happens then? Due to decrease in this supply, the price will rise, and once again the firm will begin to earn normal profit. So the normal profit is of a firm is also termed as zero economic profit, as this is included in the cost of production. Note down, this normal profit is included in the cost of production, not in the economic profit. Then they say firm equilibrium is at the minimum point of its LAC and at this point. So we are understanding here that in the long run, this LAC, whatever we see, large run marginal cost curve, is cutting from the below to this LAC, and also here that at the price OP2, this OP2, firm incurs the losses, but again rise to level of O to P and then maintain the equilibrium at the normal profit. So MR is equal to MC is equal to AR is equal to minimum long run average cost. Thank you, sir. Thank you, friends. So again, I hope the topic is very much clear to you, and I hope you will do best at your level.